Move on. Our first management for the day, we have R. Vasudevan, who's the chairman at Vascon Engineers. First off, good morning, sir. Welcome. Quick check on how Q1 has really panned out for you. Margins have shrunk a little bit, impacting your numbers somewhat, even though revenues have gone up. Just talk us through how the quarter has gone for you and how does it stack up with regard to your full year guidance?
Yeah. See, the quarter has been fairly good for us, though the financial result doesn't seem to send across that message. It's mainly because, we are a company today of both real estate and EPC. We had a third branch of GMP, which we sold off in the last quarter. So now predominantly we'll be focusing on real estate and EPC. And as you all know, real estate accounting comes in spurts, and this quarter we didn't have, and neither we do expect in the next 2 quarters much of real estate really to contribute. But fag end of the year, we expect good amount of contribution coming from real estate. So we will keep the trend. We, in spite of GMP getting out, which will actually cut a 300 crore bottom top line of ours from the overall top line, consolidated top line, but we still will be in the same numbers as what we did last year because of the real boost in EPC business and some amount of contribution coming from real estate. So that's how it looks right across. And the bottom lines also will, automatically bottom line increase because of this one-time sale of GMP plus the bottom line contribution coming in from real estate. Overall should give us a good bottom line as well.
Right. So, Mr. Vasudevan, right now, real estate is just 6 crores of your total revenue.
Absolutely,
and
right, yeah.
as compared to FY24, FY23, real estate revenues were more. And this quarter, you've done roughly 7 crores, 6 to 7 crores.
Correct.
So, I want to understand that when you're saying that, real estate will bring in more revenues, can you help us quantify as to how much of a top line and bottom line addition it will make?
Yeah. See, real estate, as you know, for us in the past, if you track this in the past, we had gone very slow on real estate last 3-4 years, and we picked up it in the last year, re-picked up business in real estate since from last year. So last year we had some contribution coming in at the fag end of the year. And this year also we'll expect some amount of contribution coming in at the fag end of this year, financial year as well. Going forward, the real estate, both top line and bottom line contributions from 25, 26, 26, 27 would be substantial in nature. And the real growth story of Vascon in RE will really pan out during those 2 years. So we still have a small contribution this year. And from next year onwards, we really will have a decent contribution. When I said this year we expect about 150 crores plus from real estate business, and next year we should expect it to double, close to double that type of figure as we go forward.
Understood. And Mr. Vasudevan, GMP was a chunky business for you. Of course, GMP going away, 25 to 30% of your top line, if I recall, goes away. How
Correct.
much of that gets replaced by real estate? You said 150 odd crore. So what should your overall top line in FY25 look like?
So see, our EPC growth story has also been a very good, we have an order book of more than 3,500 crores now. And this 3,500 crores, out of which each year, this year itself will do about 1,000 crores of EPC business alone. Forget about real estate contribution. So the EPC business is contributing substantially. We have a fair good amount of order book backlog, and in next 6 months or so, we expect to pick up another 1,500 crores of backlog. The mantra within the company we are saying is we should touch about the top line of 1,500 crores and 150 crores in 26.
Okay, so 1,500 crore in FY26, FY25, any thought at all where the number goes?
It should be around the same figure as without the GMP being there. It should
Understood.
be around the same number. Yeah.
Understood. And Mr. Vasudevan, just want to try and also break this down. Real estate is a slightly chunky business in that sense.
Correct.
So,
correct.
So how does, would you want to bring in stability there in terms of numbers, because we won't see that going into FY26 from you, given the chunky nature of the business? Would a demerger or any other possible situation be something that you may consider to try and deal with that chunkiness in terms of numbers?
See, actually, the question of being demerger is will be based on certain other reasons rather than on the chunkiness of business. Chunkiness of business is the nature of business itself. But what happens, once we are set in the line of growth in real estate, then the chunkiness will be taken care of because of the cyclical contribution coming in together. Unless there are, as long as you have a fair amount of decently sized projects. Suddenly you have one very big project and another, then you have 2-3 smaller projects, then these chunkiness sorts of affect you. But as long as you have projects which are almost of similar volume, similar sales, similar price range, then the chunkiness is not that much affected. So we are not worried about the chunkiness of the business because we will have a wide spectrum of products coming across and in different locations. So we are not worried about the chunkiness, but otherwise we expect that the steadiness, though it won't be as steady as an EPC business, but the steadiness should be fairly better off than what it is today. Today it's almost like for us a restart up in real estate business. So that's why we don't get those contributions. But once every year we start getting contributions from some project or the other, we should not be worrying about it.
Right. Okay. And so considering that you're going big on real estate business, going forward, what will be the blended margins like, in terms of EPC plus real estate business? Currently, your margins did take a hit from 9% to that 8% mark.
Yeah. See, EPC is going to give us, 14 to 15% EBITDA margins going forward. Real estate should give us around 25%. So net, we expect that we should be doing about 20%, 22% going forward.
Okay. And in terms of your order book stands at roughly 3,400 odd crores. What will be the execution timelines be like? And in the current quarter, how much of an addition has taken place? Because your target for the year is roughly 1,500 odd crores.
So we have picked about 350 crores in the current quarter, 350 and one small 50 crore contribution, 400 crores in this current quarter. Then we expect this 1,500 crores to happen before the end of third to fourth quarter, before that period. So that 1,500 crores is not a challenge now. We had challenges in terms of bank guarantees and stuff like that. Those have all overcome with the liquidity coming in from likely to come in from the GMP sale. So we are not going to be constrained with those bank guarantee limits and stuff like that. So we are on path in getting those orders lined up.
Okay, and the 13% margin that you've guided for will happen in FY25 or that will be over FY26 and FY27?
FY26 and 27.
Okay, and in terms of the order book, the execution timelines for the current order book as well as the additions in the order book that has taken place?
See, roughly our experience have been that we carry out about one third of the order book size every year. So essentially, you can say the order book length is 3 years. Although the contract period are generally 2 years, but generally some amount of delays do happen in some of the projects. So average, we end up doing about 35% of our order book. So that's how we are confident that this year that we will do more than 1,000 crores of our backlog of order book. Going forward, we will increase our order book size to take those 25% growth which we have, targeted at.
Okay, Mr. Vasudevan, with regard to capex and debt, what plans going forward?
Capex will be there to a certain extent as we grow because much of our capability of capex which we had with us is almost getting exhausted now, and so some amount of capex will have to be pumped in. And what was your second question? Sorry.
Debt, sir.
Debt. No, debt we don't intend increasing much. It is going to be bank guarantees and performance guarantees, which will require collaterals and stuff like that. So we'll require a certain amount of capital, but that will go more towards these bank guarantees and certain amount of performance guarantees rather than towards the working capital.
Got it. So no real increase in debt. Is that how one can look at it?
Yeah, I can look at it that way almost. Very minimal, temporary, short-term, funding may be required. Yeah.
Okay, and Mr. Vasudevan, in terms of your new orders, you said that you will be aiming for orders from government agencies. Right now, 82% of your order book is from the government. Going forward, this 82% will change, or how are the dynamics going to be like?
Yeah, we don't want it to be at 82%. We would want it to be around close to, bring it down first initially to 70%, and then maybe do to 65% of our order book from government side and balance from the private sector. We find that balance is always good for the stability and surety of the top line and the bottom line.
Okay. Okay, and the breakup in terms of your internal and external order book, what is that going to be like going forward?
So that will increase. So that itself will bring down the government order book itself. Because as our real estate growth happens, our internal order book from our own internal business is going to increase. So, but that will may contribute to about 10% from there. But much of it is going to be, by way of focus. Like recently, we picked up an order for IT company Cognizant in Chennai. So that was about 450 crores. So we're looking at orders like that to increase the balance towards private sector as well.
Right. So when it comes to EPC margins, you've guided for a roughly 12-13% kind of margin FY26 onwards. What gives you the confidence that that margin number can be clocked in EPC? Because currently your blended lies sub 10%. So what are the levers that gets you there?
See, as the volume increases, the performance efficiencies are going to increase. That's one of the lines by which it is. And even our order book sizes previously used to be 50 crores, 100 crores. Now our order book average sizes have also become 150 to 200 crores. So as a result, the efficiency increases, the utility of the capex items are better. So these are the points on which we are hopeful of increasing our margins.
And so maybe you mentioned this, maybe I missed it. The blended margin, where would that number lie at FY26?
It should go to 15, 16.
Understood. Got it. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure speaking.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
With that, time to slip into a very short break. On the